Every time the world feels unstable, one headline keeps coming back. Gold is breaking another record. And every time it happens, people ask the same question. Why gold? Is it inflation? Is it politics? Is it speculation? But here's the strange part. Gold hasn't changed. It doesn't produce anything. It doesn't innovate. It doesn't grow faster. Yet during uncertain times, people around the world suddenly want more of it. So today, this video is not about gold as an investment. It's not about buying or selling anything. This video is about what gold prices reveal about fear, trust, and how the financial system actually works. Because gold doesn't move on excitement. It moves on anxiety. My name is Evan, and this channel exists to explain the rules you were never taught. By the end of this video, you'll understand why gold prices rise specifically during uncertainty, what gold is really signaling when it breaks records, and why this pattern repeats again and again throughout history. No predictions, no advice, just clarity. Let's start with an observation. Gold doesn't rise during good times. It doesn't dominate headlines when confidence is high. It doesn't surge when the future feels predictable. Gold only grabs attention when something else feels wrong. Think about the moments when gold tends to rise. Economic stress, currency anxiety, global uncertainty, rising distrust in institutions. This isn't coincidence. This is pattern. Gold doesn't respond to opportunity. It responds to doubt. Here's the mistake most people make. They think gold is the story. It's not. Gold is the reaction. When gold prices break records, it's rarely because gold suddenly became more useful. It's because people are quietly questioning everything else. Gold rises when confidence falls, promises feel fragile, and the future feels harder to price. Gold isn't exciting, it's boring, and that's the point. In uncertain times, boring becomes valuable. Gold carries something no modern asset does: memory. For thousands of years, gold has survived wars, collapses, bankrupt governments, and failed currencies. People may not consciously think about this, but systems remember, and so do incentives. When uncertainty increases, people don't search for growth, they search for continuity. Gold represents permanence in a world that feels temporary. Most things you own depend on a promise. Stocks depend on companies. Bonds depend on governments. Bank balances depend on institutions. Gold depends on none of them. It doesn't need earnings. It doesn't need policy. It doesn't need trust in a third party. Gold simply exists. During stable times, that doesn't matter. During unstable times, it matters a lot. When trust feels fragile, people gravitate toward things that don't ask for belief. Markets are good at pricing risk. They're terrible at pricing chaos. Uncertainty breaks models. It disrupts forecasts. It creates gaps between expectations and reality. Gold doesn't fix uncertainty, but it avoids it. When people can't confidently price the future, they choose assets that don't require them to. Gold becomes less about return and more about not needing an answer. Here's something important. Gold doesn't surge because one country is afraid. It surges when fear becomes global. When uncertainty spreads across regions, across currencies, across systems, gold becomes the common denominator. Not because people love it, but because it translates uncertainty into something tangible. Gold is the language fear understands everywhere. When gold breaks records, it's not cheering. It's warning. It's signaling reduced confidence, increased uncertainty, collective hesitation. Gold prices don't measure optimism, they measure unease. This video isn't about gold itself, it's about the conditions that make gold desirable. Because once those conditions disappear, gold quietly fades back into the background. This video wasn't about buying gold, and it wasn't about predicting the future. It was about recognizing patterns. Because gold doesn't lead, it follows. It follows fear. It follows uncertainty. It follows cracks in trust. And when you understand that, gold prices stop feeling mysterious. My name is Evan, and this channel exists to explain the rules you were never taught. If this helped you see the world a little more clearly, consider subscribing. We're just getting started.